Wanted to show you guys what a typical gym session looks like for me. So this is a 20-minute video. We're jumping into the long form stuff first, and we'll chop it up later. But I did show, at least for this exercise, what the warm-up looks like. So there's two warm-up sets. I thought it was important to show, especially for an exercise like this that's super injury prone, what the warm up looks like. And basically, what I do is I grab the 30-pound straight bar and I just do some reps with that until I feel like a little bit of a pump. Here's set number 2 of the warm ups. And if the muscle starts to feel like it's like actually getting work, or if it's like getting a little bit tired, that's basically when the set is over. Almost done warming up here. After this set, I did do a few more curls on my way back to the curl bar to grab the 50-pound bar to start my working set, as they say, with the working weight. Those terms basically are what I use to describe the actual sets that are being done, the actual work that is being done. This is still warming up here. So just getting the blood flowing with the warm up, and then, kind of stretching the muscle out. We don't want the bicep to pop. That's definitely not good. So I think this was my first set. You can see I'm starting real slow on the eccentric. And you don't have to go this slow on every exercise, but I just kind of go at a comfortable pace. Obviously, if you fucking dive bomb the weight down and immediately like get the maximum amount of tension on your fucking bicep as possible, you might tear your shit. You can see by my facial expression here, the set's starting to get difficult. And barely got that shit up. Ooh, one more. Hell yeah. Now, on the second set, I can kind of start to feel like, damn, maybe my nervous system is kind of fried. Like, I didn't want to do another set, honestly, but I was like, shit, maybe I need a little bit more rest or something. But I eventually kind of got over that. I had the third set, and the fourth set felt really good. So I just kind of I just got hit with like a little bit of tiredness during this set. But yeah, so we did altogether 4 sets of these preacher curls. You might be asking, why not use the machine? Well, because this places more tension at the bottom of the rep there, where the muscle is in the lengthened position. More tension in the lengthened position than in the shortened position. Say what you want about it. I don't really care. I'm sure I'm going to get all kinds of opinions that I'm a stretch tard. And, is this like... You might actually look at every exercise in this workout and be like, this guy cannot be serious with all this fucking lengthened biased training. But yeah, this is actually, I don't always, this isn't always what my bicep program looks like. But every few months I kind of switch out the exercises, and so I'm at 4 sets preacher curls and then 4 sets of another bicep exercise right now. And that's just kind of where I'm at right now as far as the volume goes. You might say you don't need that many sets, but I don't really care. Honestly, just a couple weeks ago, I started out at 1 set per session, and I got sore from that. And I added sets a little bit as needed. As I kind of stopped getting sore from 1 set, I added another set until I got all the way up to 8 sets of biceps. Now, if I want to add more bicep sets, since I'm doing kind of light stuff here, and like light stretch emphasis stuff, I'll probably add some like heavy regular dumbbell bicep curls, just because it's good to have a little variation, get a little heavy stuff in. So here's the second bicep exercise. I'm gonna get made fun of for this, but I usually do a pretty thorough warm up for this exercise, but since I already did the preacher curls, I figured my shit was stretched out enough. I just started with a lighter set with the 20 pounds higher rep stuff instead of jumping right into like the heaviest weight, because these are very injury prone exercises with so much tension in the stretched position. You can kind of see a couple times I like shimmy around and get my back and my shoulders feeling good, get my seat position. You can't really tell, but I'm scooted forward. I'm not like butt firmly planted and back flat. I'm like sort of scooted forward a bit, and my head is looking forward. It's not flat on the seat. It's like my head is actually up, and it's just looking in the mirror, and that's the most comfortable position for my back. Because I have had like bicep sets, especially if I'm going heavy or like on preacher curls, where I feel like my back is getting some strain. So I'm like, why add extra fatigue doing like standing bicep work when I can just do it laying down? I'm like, it eliminates all the tension on my back, all the strain on my back. So right now I'm taking the 25s for a ride here, and since I've already done 5-6 sets of curls, I'm not at like the maximum force production. I'm not going to be able to do the 35s, but when I'm fresh, I can do the 35s for a few reps. I've done it before. I can't do it for a ton of reps, but during this session, I did a lot of higher rep stuff. A lot of the time for curls, I kind of shoot for 10 reps. With the 30s, if I'm fresh, if my biceps are fresh, if it's the first workout of the day, I can do 10 reps with the lying preacher curls, with the lying bicep curls with the 30-pound weights. And it did take some time to work up to that amount. The progression is a little bit slower than just regular standing bicep curls. Like, I've done regular standing bicep curls for a couple of years before I even started going to the gym, just because I had my own dumbbells and I was doing the 45s for reps, and doing that like every day or every other day just kind of it made my arms hurt, like in a bad way. So that exercise, I feel, takes a lot of tension, a lot of strain off of the parts of your body that you don't want to strain, and it totally fries your biceps. So moving on to the rotator cuff killer here. I just made this a main exercise, this incline press machine. I just made this a main exercise in my program a couple weeks ago, and it has started to irritate my rotator cuffs. So this is not a normal session. Usually I go a little bit heavier. I forgot to include I somehow like deleted the warm-up sets on this one. I was going to show you guys what those look like. But this also, I did 4 sets of these. And then that might have been a warm-up, I don't know. And I accidentally show the same set twice, so forgive me. And I deleted one of the working sets. But so during this particular session, I'm going way lighter than I usually go to try to kind of workshop the range of motion to protect my rotator cuffs and kind of like establish a good technique It's not a recovery session. It's just kind of like a lighter weight technique session to try to just, I played around with the seat height a little bit. I don't know if you can tell. I played around with back padding a little bit. I usually put extra pads in the back to give my chest more of a stretch, but I think that might be making my shoulders go too far back. So, again, this is not what this exercise usually looks like for me, but I also thought it was kind of important to show that, that if your joints are getting irritated during an exercise, you can kind of take it as an opportunity to go through the motions with lighter weights and figure out how to really protect your joints while you're doing it. And your body will tell you if you're doing it wrong. And you can kind of see a couple times I like set the weight down, readjust my arms. That's when I'm feeling my rotator cuffs. And I think after like reviewing this footage, I decided I'm gonna try to lower the seat a little bit next time to get the bars kind of like above my nipples, kind of like even with my chest, or like almost touching my rear delts, or no, my front delts. And this set, I really felt good on the last rep there. That was a good last rep. Really struggled to get that up. And I think this is the first set repeating. I don't know how this just video editing problems right here. I don't know how that happened, but I did 4 sets, I promise, plus two warm-up sets, and I did feel pretty good about some of these sets. Also should probably say I did shorter rest times during this session. That saves time, and it makes your next set harder with lighter weights, so you can kind of get more out of less weight with, like, instead of a 2-3 minute rest time, you rest for 1 minute. You're not going to be able to do as many reps with the same weight, and it'll still be challenging. It might not be as hypertrophic as a difficult set with a longer rest time, but this is a warm-up set of dips, and I did like 4 reps, and I was like, okay, that's a warm-up set. I did feel a little weird during that set, so I was like, all right, instead of injuring myself, I'll just hop off. And then for this set, it was going to be a warm-up set, but I decided to just finish strong because it felt good. So I was like, all right, my chest's already warmed up. And I did 4 sets of this. So yeah, that's a lot of chest volume already. We're at 4 sets on the machine, 4 sets of chest dips. It's really stretching the shit out of my front delts. Definitely feeling it in my chest as well. Also in the triceps and the brachialis or brachioradialis. I think all of them, honestly. I felt good about these because I kind of felt like everything went to failure. Like my chest, my delts, my triceps. I felt like everything was on fire. My shoulders felt good. So we're on set number 2 here. Please don't hate me for doing this to you with the videos. Figured maybe, cool to get some different angles in there. Prevent me from accidentally filming other people in the gym. I guess we'll talk about that. I don't really want to film in Planet Fitness, but I don't have any other options, so I hate it when people film in the gym, honestly. But, here we are, 3rd set. Definitely feeling pumped at this point. But you're going to be surprised, because that's not the end of it. Basically, we did 12 sets of chest during this session. I know, it's a lot. But don't tell me how much my body can recover from, because like I said, I started at 1 set. All right, maybe I started at 2 or 3 sets for chest, and then I worked my way up, and then I stopped getting sore from doing 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sets. And one day I was just like, fuck it, man, I'm just gonna do 12 sets. And I still wasn't really that sore the next day. But, that's kind of just where I'm at right now. Is that a sustainable amount of volume? That set felt really good. No, it's not a sustainable amount of volume. So next exercise, I kind of just put this one in too. I usually do, my form is kind of ugly on this set, but I usually do these on the bench. For a few weeks I did those, but figured I'll change it up, get a unique stimulus in there, and roll with that for a few weeks until it stops working. Exercises do get stale. They don't get stale that fast though, so maybe every few months you should swap out your exercises for something that is a novel stimulus. But right now I'm on the machine. Chest press is my main course, and I'm gonna keep it that way unless I have a really good reason to stop. I'll kind of work through any problems, and obviously if the problems continue getting worse and worse, like my joints are just not liking the exercise, maybe I'll think about taking it out. But I think it's a little bit, at least until the end of this mesocycle, I will probably keep it in there and keep this 3 exercises. I'm going to do this 3 exercises every single chest session. I'm not going to switch it up and go do incline Smith machine press one day instead of the the regular hammer strength machine that I was on. I'm not going to take the dips out. I'm going to continue doing this exact chest workout every chest session until the end of the mesocycle. So basically, until I need to take a deload week, I will continue doing the same program. And I am actually able to recover from this workout, you're not even going to believe me, in under 24 hours. So I can do this and then go back and do it again the next day, 24 hours later. And people are going to say, no, you can't do that, blah, 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 blah. Fuck them. So that was 4 sets of flies. A couple of them, the sets, I think I cut some of the video off because the reps were really bad, but a couple good sets there. And obviously I'm tired at this point. So I'm taking the 60s for a ride on the Tricep skulkrusher. Please ignore the ugly ass back of my head here. I'm only at 3 sets of the skulkrushers right now, and I don't think I'm ready to add another set yet. So I took this to the 60s for a ride, and then I dropped it down to the 50s because I was like, you know what, it's kind of getting to the end of the session here, and I could do better reps with lighter weight. So I'm kind of do these in a unique way that I just worked out myself. I touch the bar like between my eyes instead of like you'll see some of the guys talking about touching it to their neck. I don't really like that. Like I kind of hang the back of my head off of the seat a little bit, which does like cut off your blood circulation in your neck a little bit, but it's alright. We don't need those brain cells anyways. I already got plenty of those. We got a surplus, just kidding. I'm not that fucking lame. But I was like, you know what, fuck it. Let's get some myo reps in there. Really fry the triceps out here. So I got Another 1.5 reps here. And I do feel the stretch on my long head there. And so you're like, why only do 3 sets of triceps? Well, because that's what I can recover from in a short period of time right now. I can do this, and then the next day I'm a little bit sore, and then 24 hours later, I can do it again. If I did 4 sets, I would be sore for more than 24 hours. So, you know, I could do probably 6 sets and do it again 2 days later, something like that. But eventually my body will adapt, and I will be able to do more sets of skull crushers. And I will probably keep this tricep exercise in for another couple weeks at least.